All right, fam, we are here almost to 12 Mile Hot Springs. Last night we came in, we tried to take the road down there, and it was super rough. We'll do a road review after we go to the hot springs. But yeah, the time now is like 6 a.m. and the sun is now rising. So already saw a couple heading down to the hot springs, so we won't have it to ourselves, but at least the car is running still. Alright, so the road situation. Top road is clear, but you need a high clearance vehicle to get over some parts, but the road is way better compared to that lower one. Hey fam, alright. So this road is pretty smooth after we got past the part where like all the washes are. It just looks like it's, there's not a way to get a ditch in there to divert the actual flow. And yeah, so it's gorgeous out here in the morning. It's not hot yet, so hopefully we'll make it there. I'm surprised my hat's staying on. Alright, and even if we would have driven the van down here, this is a pretty big water crossing. I don't think a two-wheel drive minivan can take. Alright, I made it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Long, clear hot springs.
What is illusion? According to the dictionary, illusion is something that appears real, but doesn't exist, such as fantasy, delusion, false impression, etc. With that description, it's hard to believe that this physical reality we're in is considered by spiritualists and metaphysicians.
Oh my god. Look at that view. Sit here and stare at all that beautiful, whatever it is we got pushed at. And that's what made those mountains. Do you want to show people how you're an animal? Stop, 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 stop. Shows you're an animal. The sun is starting to rise. It's hitting those hills. And hopefully we'll be done soaking by the time it's fully risen. Alright, I take back my initial assessment. that the van couldn't make it through this, it could totally make it through there because it's rocky, not muddy. All right, so this is why they say you need a high clearance vehicle, because otherwise you lose pieces of your car like that. All right, so that's the lower road down there, which is pretty crazy. Giant puddle or ruts you got to deal with. And here's the upper road, which is right next to the swamp. So, what? Unopened candy? You found candy? Oh my god, that's crazy. And bones? Candy and bones. Alright, looks like we found a little bonus spring by taking this trail here. It is all sorts. Oh, it stinks over here. Whew. This one is extra sulfury. You can see somebody put in like the little taps to get it all flowing. So it's probably just because of the groundwater situation where they're pumping out so much groundwater. Kills off all these hot springs because it looks like somebody tried to set something up here at some point in time. All right, fam, I said I was going to do the review of the road, and you know I'm not a liar. So this is at about 0.7 miles in. It's pretty rough. We tried to do it last night and bottomed out in a few places. So if your vehicle does not have 7 inches of clearance, it's probably not recommended you try to come down here. But for the most part, once you get through this rough spot at about 0.7 miles down the dirt road, then it's pretty smooth. I mean, you got like the rivers you have to pass. There's a couple of really good camping spots down there, like really good meadows by the creek. So if I was in my Yaris, I'd risk it. If I was in my newer minivan, no, I wouldn't come down here. So yeah, we pretty much know this is where we turned around last night. So this is pretty much the hard part tour. And yeah, maybe this isn't where we, yeah, this is where we turned around. So as you can see, there's some big boys here in the road. Alright, they're kind of big. If you guys are ever wondering why some hot springs stop working or the flow reduced, it's because of agricultural practices like this. They're just pumping the groundwater so that they can have a green field down here. Alright, fam, so that pretty much concludes this episode of Hot Spring Hunters. Not really, I don't know why I just said that. So yeah, that concludes at 12 Mile Hot Springs. Definitely recommend it, but don't come because there's dirty needles, dirty condoms, and there's trash everywhere. The road isn't even passable. You've got to walk about 12 miles. That's why it's called 12 Mile Hot Springs. And did I mention the dirty needles? There's dirty needles everywhere out here. So don't show up to the hot spring. The water's not clear. There's not a little creek that's nice that runs by it. All right. And there's not tons of spots to camp out here. Okay. So don't come out here to 12 Mile Hot Springs north of Wells, Nevada. All right. Hope you enjoyed.